What is up, guys? My name is Lord Toxic, and in today's video we'll be talking about tips for new players coming into Quake Champions. We're going to be talking about the settings you should use for your mouse and keyboard, and basically your whole overall settings, what champion you should play as a beginner, and other little tips. So let's get right into it. Now, when it comes into the sensitivity on the mouse, we're going to start off with the Logitech gaming software. Now, this is what I currently have on my sensitivity. My main profile is profile 3, and I have my DPS between 6,400 and 6,450 and 6,500. Now, this is what I personally like. This is what I like gaming on, and this is because when I play in the game, I'm going to talk about this in a few minutes, is that I can lower the DPS, the DPI setting in the game really low. So let's jump right over into that. Now, when it comes into the in-game mouse sensitivity, I have my mouse sensitivity at a 1.00. My mouse y-axis is a 0.025. My mouse pitch is a 0.025. I don't have any mouse filtering. My movement is basically the typical movement WASD. Weapon abilities is just 1, 2, and 3. I don't have any mouse acceleration on, no mouse acceleration default, no sensitivity cap, and no invert mouse. My walking is left shift, crouch is C or left control, jump is spacebar, shoot is left mouse button, and zoom in is the right mouse button. My abilities to use the abilities for your champions is the letter F. Next weapon to switch weapons is my scroll wheel down. I've always used the scroll wheel. Some people don't like to use it. It takes quite long, but for me, I personally like to use the scroll wheel. When it comes to just basically the rocket launcher, Q is going to be the rocket launcher. E is my light gun, and my lightning gun, and the rail gun is R. We also have select champion is H. Scoreboard is tab, and chat is enter, and voice chat is V. Now, I'm not going to go through everything because you can just pretty much switch this up to your own personal preference. But for now, we're just focusing on the mouse sensitivity. Like I said earlier, the reason why this is like my mouse sensitivity is like this because my DPI settings on my Logitech mouse are relatively high. I like to have a really high DPI setting on the mouse software. That way, in the game, I can have I guess a lower DPI settings on the mouse. I don't have to move my arm so far, like slide my arm across the desk. I don't have to do any of that. I do have to do that, but it's a minimal. It's not to the extent where like you see my hand just like sliding across the desk. It's more of like a, I would say more, I guess, like maybe like between, I guess, like a foot movement I have between my hand moving around my mouse. It's not that big considering that my sensitivity on my mouse on the software is relatively high. That way I can actually have my sensitivity in the game really when it comes to low. Champions, when you first I guess download the game and get right in, or purchase the game, whatever you decide to do, you're gonna get your first champion, and that's gonna be the Ranger. Now, after playing a couple matches, you're able to purchase at least, I believe, is one more champion, and then you kind of work your way up from there after doing a couple dailies or whatnot. You're able to purchase at least one champion when you log into the game. And what I suggest you purchase is either Slash or Nikes. And the reason behind this is because they have a low health and low shield. Now, you're probably saying, why would I want a low health, low shield champion? Now, here's the catch. If you get a low shield and a low health champion, you are going to have to be going back and forth to get shields, back and forth to get health orbs or health shields. Shield orbs, my bad, or to get that shield, that one shield orb that spawns every 30 seconds or every 30, I think a minute or so, don't quite remember. But if you were to get these champions with these specific two champions with a low health, you're gonna have to be always running back to get health orbs, running back to get shield boost. You're always gonna have to be going back constantly going back and regenerating your health. As if you were to get a champion, for example, I'm going to put here, if he is, no, let's see, where can I put this champion? If, for example, if you were to put Keel has a high health. He has 125 health and 150 shield. You start off with 100 and you start off with 125 health, 100 health, my bad. But if you were to start out with him, you're going to have that, I guess, that comfort zone where it's like, okay, he has a lot of shield, he has a lot of health, I can take a lot of damage. So you can take a lot of damage, but when you actually move up to a champion that has a low shield and low health, it's going to be a total flip on you, because you're going to try to go in just exactly like you have been with the other champion who had a really high shield and high health. If you were to start out with the champion with a low shield and low health, you're already building a habit on actually going in and collecting orbs, collecting shield, always, constantly. Even when you're down to like 15 shield and even like 100 health, you're always going back to regenerate that health. If you keep on doing that, it's become a habit. So when you actually go ahead and play as a high tank champion, you have that habit of automatically going back the moment you see your health just go dwindle, just not even like maybe like 15 points or maybe even 20 points. You have that habit of right away running back to find that health or find that shield. And that's what's the most important part in Quake Champions, is always make sure you keep an eye on your health and an eye on your shield, because you can be running and gunning and you can be taking out 3 or 4 players, but if your health is really low, someone can just one-shot you and that's it. You're out for that champion, depending on you're playing either rank or if you're playing a casual match like a team deathmatch or something. You're gonna lose that kill streak, and your KD and your points are gonna get lower. So like I said, if you purchase a champion, I suggest you go with either Slash or Nikes. I would highly recommend you go for these champions. Now the ability that she has here is Ghost Walk. Now Ghost Walk is basically, she has the ability to disappear like cloak, and that ability, it allows you to be able to run away or get behind them. What I suggest you do as a beginner is when you get really low on shield, and if you're in a fight or something and you notice your health is getting really low, and you have that ability able to use that ability, make a quick getaway for the nearest health orb or the nearest shield. That way you're able to stock up, and you're building, like I said, that habit of always running back to get a shield or a health orb. Now when it comes to Slash has the ability, her ability is a plasma trail. Now this plasma trail it gets some time getting used to, but what I suggest you do is, let's say you need, let's say you're down to 50 health and you're down to 0 shield, and you need health and shield back. What I suggest you do is activate the plasma trail. The plasma trail is basically a trail that you leave behind, and anyone or any enemy player that goes in that plasma trail damage is taken to that champion. So and if you activate it, the whole trail explodes, and whoever is within the vicinity or in that trail is basically going to explode and die. So what I suggest you do is, when you need a health orb or you need a shield and you need to get a quick getaway, quickly activate that so no one follows behind you, and you're able to get that health orb without having to worry about someone shooting from your back. On to the gameplay. Now what I suggest you do when barely starting is, don't jump into rank. Do not jump into rank. Do not jump into rank at all. I'm barely jumping into rank right now because I've played already the quick play matches for quite some time. What I suggest you do is play team playlist. Don't do them into solo. Go into a team playlist. And what I suggest you do, instead of just going in and trying to get kills, memorize where all the weapons are at, where all the health orbs are at, and where all the shield orbs are at. So that way you're able to memorize them, know where all the weapons are at, and where all the health orbs are at, so when you're in an actual gunfight, you know exactly where to run, you know exactly where to go to load up, to reload on your weapons to get more ammo. You're not just running around the map with low health, trying to find out where's the nearest health orb, where's the nearest shield orb, and you end up dying and losing, and the enemy team gets supports for that, and you end up hurting your team by them actually, the enemy team, getting more points than your team. So like I said, what I suggest you do is jump into a team playlist. Try to avoid any confrontations if you can. If you get into a confrontation, I say just kind of, fight it out, see how you do. But what I suggest, like I said, you do is go around and memorize where all the guns are at, where the current rocket launchers, rail guns, health orbs, and shields are at. Also, the shield boost, the ones that give you like a full shield, they spawn every 30 seconds. The same goes for the health orbs, the ones that give you a full health. They all spawn every 30 seconds. Now there's little health orbs all around the map, including some shield orbs also around the map, but those only give you up to a certain amount. After that, if you want to get a full maxed out, like a tank or something like that, you have to go ahead and find those health orbs, the health orbs that give you maximum health, and the shield orbs that give you maximum shield. And like I said, if you're playing a team playlist, you're able to run around and find out and memorize, okay, this is where this one's at, this is where this one's at, this is where this weapon's at. It's going to take some time because there's a lot of different maps. There's different maps every time you play. It's not just one particular map, but what I suggest you do is when playing in a team playlist, try to vote on the map you want to focus on memorizing. After that, once you think you got it down, move on to the next map, and to the next map, and to the next map. If you think you got it down and you think you kind of have an idea where each one is, if you're just one of those quick learners that you just play one match and you're able to memorize all of them, then that's when I say you go into a solo playlist. Now, a solo playlist, you have different modes. You have Team Deathmatch, you have Instagab, and I believe you have, I forgot the other one you have, but those are the two ones I know of. Once you go into a solo playlist, you're able to play at a quicker pace and able to practice what you learn, and you're able to, you know, get some kills, learn how the enemy team plays, learn how these other players play, and you're able to practice and practice and practice and practice. And once you're really good at it, and once you think you're really good at it, I mean, it takes, everyone's different. Everyone is it's different when it comes to practicing and learning things. So if you are one of those quick learners and you think, okay, I got this down, then you can move into rank, because rank is the competitive mode. Rank is going to get where you have all the players who've played the solo players, who've played the team playlist more than you have. So what I suggest you do is start out with team playlist, learn, memorize where everything is at, move up to solo playlist, and then finally, after playing a solo playlist for quite some time, move down to rank. Now, if you take a break and you go ahead and you play Quake Champions for a while, and then you want to go ahead and play a different game, when you actually come back to Quake Champions, don't jump right into a ranked match. Practice, warm up on a solo playlist, because once you warm up and practice, you're going to be better off in playing in a ranked match. And finally, I cannot highly recommend just to log in daily to get your daily loots every single day. Even if you're not going to play, just log in and claim that loot. Now, that's one of the last things I'm going to talk about. Thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this video. This is more on my thoughts on my tips on what new players should do when coming into Quake Champions. Other people may have different opinions. Other people may have different ideas and different, different tips and everything, but like that. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. This is what I personally feel is better, and this is what something I did to improve myself on Quake Champions. So thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that bell notification so you can get notified on all the videos that are coming up. If you also follow me over on twitch.tv/LordToxic. Link will be in the description and down below. I currently play a different amount of games. Twitch is where I pretty much play all my story-driven games, and sometimes I play first-person shooter games. The YouTube channel is more like for tips and tricks, updates on Quake Champions, updates on Fortnite, and updates on Rainbow Six Siege. But thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll be seeing you all later. Peace out.